Welcome back for another deep dive. This time, we're going where calculations happen at the speed of light.
The speed of light.
Yeah, we're talking photonic quantum computing.
It sounds futuristic, but the reality is closer than we might think.
We're going to break it all down today with an article from SciTech Daily called Quantum Computing at Light Speed, the Photonics Advantage.
And they even mention a research abstract.
So you know they mean business.
They really do. The article goes into a lot of detail about the advantages of using light, or photons to be more specific.
Okay, slow down. Can you explain that a little more?
Yeah.
Instead of electricity, we're using light.
Yeah, think about fiber optic cables. They transmit data with light.
Right.
And that's why they're so much faster than those old copper wires.
Right.
And photonic quantum computing takes that idea even further, applies it to quantum mechanics.
Oh, okay. So instead of electrons zipping around in silicon chips, we're talking about photons doing the work.
Precisely. And since nothing travels faster than light, the potential speed increase is astronomical. We're talking about being able to solve problems that would take traditional computers millions of years. And with this, maybe days, even hours.
That's a huge leap. I
Yeah.
think a lot of people hear quantum computing and their eyes glaze over. But this article mentions some real-world applications that might hit a little closer to home, for example, cybersecurity.
Absolutely. With the cyber attacks on the rise, everyone is concerned about online security.
Yeah.
So photonic quantum computing could offer encryption that's virtually unbreakable. So imagine a world where your online banking and personal information are completely safe from hackers.
Now that's a game changer. What else is on the list?
Another area is drug discovery.
Oh, yeah.
They talk about the potential for personalized medicine, creating drugs tailored to your specific genetic makeup.
Like a drug that only targets the cancerous cells and leaves the healthy tissue alone?
Precisely.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, what about other applications?
There's a lot of buzz around artificial intelligence.
Right.
These photonic quantum computers could process information so quickly that AI could learn and adapt at speeds we've never seen before.
Right, like self-driving cars reacting instantly to avoid accidents.
Yeah. Or AI systems analyzing medical images in seconds to detect diseases early on.
It seems like this tech could touch so many aspects of our lives.
But I really could.
But why is this all happening now? What's driving this sudden surge in photonic quantum computing?
The article points to a few factors. For one, the technology itself has matured significantly. They're actually building these systems now, not just theorizing about them.
Right, it's not just an idea anymore.
Exactly. Plus, the whole photonics industry is booming. They're projecting it to be worth hundreds of billions of dollars in the next few years.
So it's not just some pie-in-the-sky idea anymore. It's a real field with serious investment behind it.
Exactly. And that investment is fueling research and development at a rapid pace. We're seeing breakthroughs almost every month.
So we're really on the verge of a major technological shift here.
I think so.
Before we get too carried away with all the amazing possibilities, let's take a closer look at some of the specific applications. I'm particularly interested in this idea of personalized medicine. How exactly could photonic quantum computing revolutionize drug development?
Well, imagine being able to simulate the interactions between molecules at an atomic level with incredible precision.
Oh, wow.
That's what this technology could enable.
So we could see how a drug would actually work inside a person's body before they even take it.
Precisely. We could predict potential side effects, determine how effective a treatment would be, and even design custom drugs tailored to an individual's unique genetic makeup.
So it's like science fiction becoming reality.
Yeah.
It'd be a giant leap forward for healthcare.
It really would. It could lead to faster drug discovery, more targeted treatments, and maybe even cures for diseases that are currently incurable.
Wow, that's a lot to take in. So we've got this incredible potential to make life better. But what about the flip side? Are there any potential downsides or risks associated with photonic quantum computing that we need to consider?
It's important to be aware of the possible drawbacks. I mean, as with any powerful technology, there's the potential for misuse. We need to ensure that it's developed and used responsibly.
That's a good point. I mean, we've seen how other technologies like social media have had unintended consequences. It's crucial to think about those things early on.
Absolutely. And remember, we're talking about massive computational power here. There are concerns about energy consumption and the environmental impact of running these
So
systems.
it's not just about making things faster,
Yay.
it's about doing it sustainably.
Exactly. And there's also the question of accessibility. These systems are complex and expensive to build, so there's a risk that only large corporations or governments will have access to them. We need to make sure the benefits are shared widely.
Right. We don't want to create a digital divide where only a select few have access to this incredible technology.
It's a conversation we need to have now, not later, as this technology develops.
Okay. So we've got this incredible potential on one hand and some important ethical and practical considerations on the other. It seems like we're at a pivotal moment in the development of photonic quantum computing.
We are. And it's an exciting time to be following this field. The pace of innovation is accelerating, and who knows what breakthroughs are just around the corner.
It really is amazing to think about all the possibilities. But for now, let's shift gears and dive a little deeper into the specific applications that could have a direct impact on our lives. Starting with the one that seems to be on everyone's mind these days. Cybersecurity.
That's a great place to start. The potential for photonic quantum computing to revolutionize cybersecurity is immense.
So let's delve into this cybersecurity aspect. Everyone's worried about data breaches and online security these days, and photonic quantum computing seems to offer some serious solutions.
It really does, yeah. It all comes down to how this technology could completely change the way we encrypt data.
Okay.
Think about traditional encryption. It relies on complex math problems
Right.
that, while difficult, could still be cracked with enough computing power.
So theoretically, a hacker with enough resources could eventually break through those defenses.
Exactly. But with quantum mechanics, the rules change. One of these new rules is quantum entanglement.
Okay.
Imagine two particles becoming linked no matter how far apart they are.
Okay.
If you try to change one, the other changes instantly.
That's wild. Okay, but how does that apply to keeping my data safe?
Well, imagine using these entangled particles to create a key for your data. Any attempt to intercept or copy that key would instantly alter those particles,
Really?
alerting both you and the person you're communicating with.
Wow.
It would be like having a lock that screams, "Someone's trying to pick me!"
That's a much better security system than what we have now. No more worrying about someone secretly stealing your data?
Exactly. It would be a huge leap forward for online banking, secure messaging, even voting systems.
Wow.
It could make elections virtually tamper-proof.
That's a big deal. The article also mentioned something called quantum-resistant algorithms. What are those all about?
That's the other side of the coin. While quantum computing could make our data much more secure, it also poses a potential threat.
Wait, hold on. How so? I thought we were talking about better encryption, not weaker.
Think about it. If we can build powerful quantum computers, so can someone else.
Right.
And those computers could potentially crack the encryption methods we rely on today.
So we need to create defenses against a technology that doesn't even fully exist yet. That's kind of a mind-bending concept.
It is. It's like a technological arms race. Thankfully, researchers are already developing these quantum-resistant algorithms to protect our data, even in a world with powerful quantum computers.
So photonic quantum computing is both the problem and the solution in this case.
Exactly. It's a powerful tool that needs to be used responsibly. But let's switch gears for a moment and talk about another fascinating application.
Okay.
Drug discovery.
Yeah.
We touched on personalized medicine earlier, and this is where it gets really interesting.
Okay, so we're talking about designing drugs tailored to an individual's DNA. I'm
Yeah.
still wrapping my head around how that would even work.
Imagine having a virtual lab inside a computer.
Okay.
With photonic quantum computing, we could simulate the interactions between molecules with incredible detail. We could see how a drug would interact with a specific person's body down to the atomic level.
So you could basically run a simulation to see how someone would react to a certain drug before they even take it.
Exactly. We could identify potential side effects, determine the ideal dosage, and even predict how effective the drug would be for that specific person.
That would completely change the way we approach healthcare.
It would.
It would be like having a crystal ball for medicine.
It's a powerful concept, and it could revolutionize the way we treat diseases. It could lead to faster drug development, more targeted treatments, and potentially even cures for diseases that are currently incurable.
That's amazing. But let's be realistic here. how far away are we from actually seeing this technology being used in hospitals and doctors' offices?
We're still in the early stages of development, but research is progressing rapidly. There are significant technical hurdles to overcome, but the potential benefits are driving a lot of innovation in the field.
Sure.
I'm optimistic that we'll see significant progress in the coming years.
Okay, so while we're waiting for those personalized medications, let's talk about another area that's getting a lot of attention. Artificial intelligence. We touched on this earlier, but I'd love to explore it further. How could photonic quantum computing change the AI game?
One of the biggest limitations of current AI systems is their reliance on massive data sets for training. These data sets can be enormous, and it takes a lot of computing power and time to process them.
So AI is basically a data-hungry beast.
You could say that.
Right. Yeah.
But photonic quantum computers could process information at speeds that are orders of magnitude faster than what we have now.
So we're talking about AI that can learn and adapt much faster.
Exactly. Imagine an AI system that can analyze a complex medical scan and make a diagnosis in seconds, or an AI that can learn from its mistakes in real time and continuously improve its performance.
That's some next level stuff. It's both exciting and a little unnerving to think about how quickly AI could advance with this kind of power behind it.
It's a powerful technology, and it's important to consider the potential risks as well as the benefits. But the potential for AI powered by photonic quantum computing is truly transformative. It could have a profound impact on everything from healthcare and transportation to finance and scientific research.
So it's not just about creating smarter AI. It's about using that intelligence to solve real-world problems in a variety of fields.
Precisely. But let's not forget that even with all this potential, there are still challenges ahead. Building and scaling these systems is incredibly complex.
Right. The article mentioned some of the technical hurdles involved. Can you give us a glimpse into what researchers are grappling with?
One of the biggest challenges is creating and maintaining stable qubits.
Okay.
The building blocks of quantum computers.
Okay.
They're incredibly sensitive to their environment, and even the slightest disturbance can cause errors.
So it's like trying to build a house of cards in a windstorm.
It's a good analogy. And then there's the issue of integrating these photonic components with existing computing infrastructure. It's not a simple plug-and-play situation.
So it's not just about building a faster computer. It's about creating a whole new ecosystem to support this technology.
Exactly. But despite these challenges, the progress being made is remarkable. Researchers are constantly pushing the boundaries of what's possible.
Well, it's clear that photonic quantum computing is a field full of challenges and opportunities. But before we wrap up this part of our discussion, I think it's important to address the broader implications of this technology.
Yeah.
We've talked about the potential benefits, but we also need to consider the potential downsides and risks.
You're absolutely right. It's crucial to have these conversations now as this technology develops to ensure that it's used responsibly and ethically.
Exactly. We've already touched on some of these issues.
Yeah.
The potential for misuse, the environmental impact, the question of accessibility, but I think it's important to delve a little deeper into these concerns.
I agree. It's not just about the technology itself, but about how we as a society choose to use it. We need to be mindful of the potential consequences and work together to ensure that this technology benefits everyone, not just a select few.
So it's not just a scientific or technological challenge. It's a societal one. We need to think about the ethical implications, the economic impact, and the potential long-term consequences of this technology.
Exactly. It's about having open and honest conversations involving experts from different fields and working together to shape the future of this technology in a way that benefits humanity.
Okay, so we've got this powerful technology with the potential to revolutionize everything from healthcare to cybersecurity.
Right.
But we also need to be aware of the potential downsides and work together to ensure that it's used responsibly. It's a lot to take in, but it's an incredibly important conversation to have.
It is, and it's one that we'll continue to explore as this technology develops. But for now, let's shift our focus back to the positive aspects of photonic quantum computing. There are so many exciting possibilities on the horizon, and I think it's important to highlight those as well.
Absolutely. I'm particularly intrigued by the potential for scientific discovery. The article mentioned material science simulations, and that's a field where this technology could really shine. material science simulations.
Yeah.
That sounds complex.
Yeah, it's all about understanding materials at their most fundamental level, their atoms and molecules. So imagine being able to design a material with specific properties just by manipulating those building blocks on a computer.
So instead of mixing things in a lab, you're basically building materials from scratch in a virtual world.
Exactly. Photonic quantum computers could give us the power to simulate how different atoms and molecules interact, allowing us to design materials with incredible precision.
Okay, I see where this is going. What kind of real-world applications are we talking about?
The possibilities are pretty much endless.
Really?
Yeah, we could design lighter and stronger materials for aircraft, leading to more fuel-efficient planes. We could develop new types of solar panels that are far more efficient at capturing energy from the sun.
So we're talking about advances in renewable energy.
Yeah.
Potentially even making solar power more affordable and accessible.
Exactly. And those are just a couple of examples. Think about the medical field. We could create biocompatible materials for implants that integrate seamlessly with the human body.
Oh, wow.
Reducing the risk of rejection.
It's amazing to think about the potential breakthroughs we could see in so many different fields. But how close are we to actually seeing these kinds of simulations being used in research and development?
It's a rapidly evolving area, but these simulations require immense computing power and sophisticated algorithms. Even with the incredible speed of photonic quantum computers, there are still limits to what we can simulate.
So it's not just about having a faster computer; it's about developing new tools and techniques to handle the complexity of these simulations.
Precisely. And then there's the challenge of validating these simulations. Just because something works in a virtual world doesn't mean it will behave the same way in the real world. We need ways to test and verify those simulations to ensure they accurately reflect reality.
It sounds like there's still a lot of work to be done.
Yeah.
But the potential payoff is enormous. It's like opening a door to a whole new world of materials and possibilities.
It really is, and this just highlights how photonic quantum computing isn't limited to one specific field. It's a versatile tool with the potential to revolutionize diverse areas, from medicine and material science to artificial intelligence and even our understanding of the universe itself.
You know, the article we've been discussing really emphasized the photonics advantage. Can you remind us what exactly that means and why it's so significant?
It all comes down to the unique properties of light. Photons, which are the particles of light, are incredibly fast. I mean, they literally travel at the speed of light. Plus, they can travel long distances without losing information. And they're relatively easy to manipulate at the quantum level.
So they're like the perfect messengers for quantum information.
You could say that, and this translates to faster processing speeds, greater scalability, and potentially even room temperature operation for quantum computers.
Wow.
That would be a huge advantage compared to other approaches that require extremely low temperatures.
It's mind-boggling to think about harnessing the power of light to perform calculations that would be impossible with traditional computers. It makes you wonder what other possibilities are out there. What other problems could we solve with this technology that we haven't even thought of yet?
That's the beauty of scientific exploration. It's constantly pushing the boundaries of what we know and what we thought was possible. Who knows what amazing discoveries await us as this technology continues to evolve.
It really is an exciting time to be alive and witnessing these advancements firsthand. But before we wrap up, I want to bring us back to the research paper the article mentioned, information processing at the speed of light. Even the title sounds futuristic.
It does.
It's a reminder that this isn't just science fiction. There are brilliant minds actively working on this technology, pushing the boundaries further every day.
Absolutely. And it highlights the fact that this is a global effort. Yeah. Researchers from all over the world are collaborating and sharing knowledge, driven by a shared curiosity and a desire to unlock the potential of this incredible technology.
It's inspiring to see that kind of collaboration, especially in a field with such world-changing implications.
It's a reminder that science knows no borders. We're all in this together, exploring the frontiers of knowledge and working towards a future that we can only begin to imagine.
Well, on that note, I think it's time to wrap up this deep dive into the world of photonic quantum computing. It's been a fascinating journey, and I hope our listeners have enjoyed exploring this cutting-edge technology with us.
It's been a pleasure, and as always, we encourage you to stay curious, keep learning, and never stop exploring the amazing world of science and technology. Who knows, maybe one of you listening will be the one to make the next groundbreaking discovery in this incredible field.
Until next time.